What's up, you guys? I wanted to make a quick little video about a video that I saw on the internet recently from a gentleman that you may have heard of by the name of Dave Ramsey. Now, when I saw this video, I almost wanted to punch my computer screen of how stupid it was that the information that this gentleman by the name of Dave Ramsey was giving to his massive audience. Now, full transparency, I think Dave Ramsey does provide a lot of valuable information for people who are just not maybe well aware on how to budget, on how to save their money. You know, it's good advice on that front, but on fronts like this and what I'm about to show you, it is reckless and irresponsible for him to go on this massive platform and give information like this that is not only wrong, I just don't see how a person with this big of a following can get away with this type of reckless information. So without further ado, let's watch this video and I'll add some commentary as we go through it. Here we go, guys.
Independence. And I'm trying to best understand my plan with the end in mind. So how I'm going to turn that nest egg when I retire into income. I found on your website a little article that talks about 4 to 5% withdrawal rate. And I was trying to run the numbers around that, and I thought I was close. And then about a month ago, George Camel released a video that said that the withdrawal rate for a 30-year time horizon should be closer to 3%. So if I can establish financial independence comfortably, then I was wondering if I could ease up on baby step 4 to pay off the house fast.
Look at the confusion on his face. He's like, wow, can't believe it. If you want to actually see the video, I have it here, you know. So let's watch this video by George Camel, who works for Dave Ramsey.
They say you can withdraw 4% of your nest egg, but you'll really need to withdraw closer to 3% if you retire that early.
So again, there you have it. It's coming directly from a guy who works for him. Let's continue watching this video.
Faster.
Okay, I'm a little confused because I don't know what the hell George is doing a 3% withdrawal rate, because that's absolutely wrong. I'm going to have to find out where that video is and get it taken down, because that's just wrong. You don't need to have a 3% withdrawal rate. That's ridiculous. Or I hope you misunderstood. I hope we didn't put out trash like that.
Was it 4 to 5%?
No, it shouldn't be 4 to 5%. It ought to be more than that. I mean, if you're making 12 in good mutual funds, and the S&P has averaged 11.8, and if inflation for the last 80 years has averaged 4%, if you make 12 and you need to leave 4% in there for inflation raises, that leaves you 8. So I'm perfectly comfortable drawing 8. But if you want to be a little bit conservative, 7, but sure not 5 or 3.
Well, I was trying to...
He's perfectly fine taking 8. So let's just do a little bit of fact checking on this gentleman named Dave Ramsey. So this is his portfolio. We actually have it up here on the screen. So this is Dave Ramsey's baby step portfolio. You'll notice it's a 12.5% exposure to large cap, 12.5% into dividend growth, 25 US small cap, 25 US mid cap, and 25 international. So this guy, Dave Ramsey, thinks he's going to get 12% a year. Well, we updated this and backdated it as of August 11th, 2023. And you'll notice over the last 10 years, he's done less than 10. And if you take a look at the compound annual growth rate since 1989, which is about 34 years, he's done 9.3%. But here's the kicker. And this is what I really want to point out, is that the sequence of returns are crucial when you're taking a look at an investment portfolio. You're not going to get 12% every single year, 12%, 12%, 12%, 12%, 12%. That's just not how investing works. And you'll notice here, in fact, there's a 39% drawdown in his portfolio. If you guys remember important drawdown dates in the market, we've had 2008 Great Recession. We were down almost 45%. The dot-com bubble, it took you 14 years if you had invested in that to get back to break even. We had the crash of 1987. We had the stagflationary era of the 1970s, where the markets were essentially flat for a decade. We had 1929, the Great Depression, where the stock market crashed. I mean, these are important historical data points that we have to take a look at in order to compare what the next few decades look like. And you're not going to get 12% every single year. It's just not, it has never happened. Dave, if you have a portfolio of mutual funds that have done 12% every single year without drawdowns, tell me about them. I'd love to know, because I've been investing in the markets for damn near 20 years, and I've never seen a stock chart, an ETF chart, a large cap portfolio, a mid cap portfolio, international portfolio that has not had massive drawdowns. And you have to incorporate that into your retirement income planning, because imagine you have $1 million and it grows by 12% every single year. Well, phenomenal. You're going to have a great portfolio. But in a realistic portfolio, what if that 40% drawdown happens and now you have 600,000? Now, if that 600,000 grows by 12% every single year, you're not going to have as much money, genius. So again, as you can tell, I'm getting a little heated. My blood is starting to boil, because it's shocking to me that a man with this big of a following can go on camera with a straight face and spew out this nonsense. I mean, it's unbelievable. And so let's just continue watching the video.
Fact check it, because 3 to 5, I thought that was a big range. And a lot of the studies I found showed.
Well, there's a lot of studies that are stupid in this space. So, it's just wrong. Listen, man, the math I just gave you is the math. If you're making 12% and inflation is 4, and you leave 4 in there, so your nest egg grows by 4, it's simple. 8 is what's left over. So if you got $1 million and you leave 4% in there, that's $40,000. Okay, so you now have $1,040,000. So the next year you get a rate of return of 12%, 11.5% on the $1,040,000, and the next year it'll be $1,090,000, 1.1, right? And so your nest egg is growing by the rate of inflation, giving you a cost of living raise every year. So as long as you're doing that, you're fine. And so if you want to be a little bit conservative, maybe 5%. But there's all these goobers out there who have always put this 4% crap in the market, and I'm just irate right now that...
All right, I didn't want to resort to name calling, but when he calls people like me goobers, I have to return the favor. You fool. You're an absolute fool. You are the goober. Your portfolio, again, I have to reiterate this. I want it to sink into my audience right now. It's not going to work like that. He talks about it's just basic math. Yeah, it is basic math. And that's not how investment portfolios work. They do not increase on a linear basis. There's something known as a sequence of return. And portfolios go up, portfolios go down. And so, when I sit down with clients, we take a look at their risk appetite. If you have an insane risk appetite, and you're comfortable with an 8 or 10% withdrawal rate, I'm going to probably try to talk you out of it. But if you're comfortable with it, yeah, take this fool's advice. What will likely happen is that you're going to have a few good years. The market's going to crash. Your portfolio is going to be massively underperforming. And you're going to have to go back to work at Walmart in your late 70s because you listened to this idiot, Dave Ramsey. I just don't understand how someone with this massive platform and this massive audience can spew out this nonsensical investment advice. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I went a step further and I went on Dave Ramsey's website, and he's got all of these affiliate marketing tactics for real estate agents, as well as for financial advisors. And so what I did is I reached out to them. I said, hey, I want to be a financial advisor as part of your network. But I saw this video and I just must say that I don't think this is good advice. What are your thoughts on that? And the salesperson through Dave Ramsey's network had no good answer for me. He was essentially stumped. And so this guy's not only spewing out this nonsense, he's trying to bring in other financial advisors that are approved by Dave Ramsey and his affiliate marketing, and that he gets paid off of, by the way. And it's just, there's no good fiduciary financial advisor that I know of that would ever give this investment advice to their retirees, someone who's in retirement and living off of their retirement portfolio. They should not have 100% exposure to equities, okay? Because you're going to have massive drawdowns. It's inevitable. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen 5 years from now. It could happen 10 years from now. But inevitably, you're going to have drawdowns in the market. It's just how companies operate. They go up, they go down. And so he's just flat out wrong, guys. I feel like I've made my point. I apologize if I'm coming on a little bit too passionately, but you know, this is what I do day in and day out. This is my livelihood. And so to see someone like this spew out this nonsense that I've had potential prospects and clients say, well, Dave Ramsey said I should do this. Well, Dave Ramsey's a moron. A lot of the things that he says are moronic. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found any value in it, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.